Hey guys, welcome to That's Right. I'm Crystal.
And I'm Alisa.
And we are your favorite sister podcast, showing you all things black girl, and every week. This time we are talking about black women and the celebration of all things black women. Woo. So let's see. I'm not like a celebrity worshiper. Like I don't get into that, right?
Yeah, okay.
But I can recognize when celebrities are like have inspired me.
Yeah.
So this is gonna sound super weird. So I'm an attorney. Mm-hmm. And I didn't watch like How to Get Away with Murder when it was on regular TV because that's not who I am as a person. When it came on Netflix and I could binge it. Okay. I watched every episode. It took me a week because it's a lot. Yeah. It changed the way I practiced.
I love it.
Annalise Keating, I wanted to know the law like she knew the law. I wanted to come in there popping off I wanted to be her. And I practice family law, not criminal law. But then I had right after I finished it, I was Annalise Keating. I want you to understand, it was very important to me to be that. So I had a huge case with an adoption and legitimation and all this craziness. Right after I completed it. And I've always been an attorney who researched the law but to be able to call it from memory, I can read it and know it for each case, but to call it from memory, to call seminal cases from memory, I wanted to do that. I wanted to come in the courtroom, come into my office and say, this is this, and this. And so after the show, I've just committed to doing that. And I had a huge case where I had to, argue against the legitimation. There was an adoption. There was a lot of major case law from the Supreme Court about a Georgia case that I was able to use. And I just felt it was Thurgood Marshall had written the opinion, and it was Justice Marshall being able to stand there and recite Justice Marshall and feeling all great about myself was really, really amazing. So I love that character, and I've never read the book. I don't know if it's a book. I only watched a TV show. So if it was a book, don't tell me it was a better book. I don't know. I love that there was a black woman portraying that. Absolutely. I love that they chose a black woman to be this very, very powerful, even though she was kind of twisted and it was just unhappy, and it goes to a deeper story. But the power that she had, and she was the best and could do the most. And I think I'm gonna start the series over again. But I'm big on just looking and picking and trying to figure out how it can be in my life. I recently started the Being Serena thing on the airplane. Okay. And that's really good. And that's really empowering. And just to even see the struggles, and see some of the things that they've had to go through. It's just wow, that's us. And that's why I say, even with our podcast, we want people to be able to see, every black girl to be able to see themselves in us in some way.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And so so that's kind of, I celebrate, I guess Viola Davis, but Annalise Keating for real, because she, helped and has inspired me to just become, a better attorney. And even as, people in my personal life, yeah, right? One of my oldest friends, Wanda, you know her. Yeah. She, I'm the godmother to her children. Mm-hmm. I am so inspired by the woman she is. She, first of all, is hands down, one of the best people I know. I love it. She is hands down. She's so genuine and beautiful. And she's got the most beautiful spirit. And she's so giving and so loving. And I've watched her grow from 21 to now. And she's just such an amazing woman. But to see her fight through adversity and still stand. She lost her daughter, and I hope she doesn't mind me talking about this. And then she pursued an advanced degree. She was already doing that because that's what she was, whatever. And she didn't stop. And I kept talking to her, and she worked at the same time. And I kept talking to her, and I'm like, baby, you don't have to do this. No one expects you to do this. And she was like, I can't not do it. And so to see her do that and continue to be strong for her other children, and not just for her, it's not even she lives in this bubble. She is strong for everyone. She's an educator. And so she doesn't let the kids down. Like, she is there for my children, celebrating. Like, it has been a wonder to behold her. But prior to this incident, she was a wonder to behold. To watch her, raise her children just in love. And even she inspires me because I think that we're the same amount of strict, but I think that my expectations are really high, like almost unreasonable. And so I'll call her and I'm like, and MJ's doing this and Chris is doing that. And she's like, babe. And that's what she always says, babe, well, you got to let them be. And you have to, she's not that much older than I am, but she's so wise and she's so great. And she's an excellent, excellent person. I'm very thankful that God has allowed me to have like her in my life. You know what I mean? Just as a friend and as a role model. I don't even think I've ever told her that she's a role model, but her family celebrates her. So she's not, what are people now saying? Like, give her flowers. She's not without people to tell her that she's awesome. But it is inspiring. And me as a mother, she even inspires me, like as a wife, as a woman, as a Christian. She's awesome. She is.
Shout out to Wanda. That's what's up.
Who do you have that you would like to celebrate on this podcast?
Even just starting off with us, being the superwoman that we are, coming together, collaborating together, and putting this show together, in all aspects of life, trying to inspire Black women. So I do want to give us a shout out for that.
Shout out to us.
And, I if we're celebrating Black women, I do not want to go without recognizing my mother, without her, and of course my father, but she did carry me for 9 months.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, guys, I'm just saying, recognize my mother for raising a strong, Black, fierce, beautiful woman.
Hello.
So I would definitely want to recognize my mother in that. And if we want to just talk about history, and I don't know too much. I'm not gonna say I don't know too much about history, but I don't want to make this a history lesson or anything. Right. But I am going to bring, as a Black woman, you have made it an educational and Christian podcast. I have not.
This is a fake Christian podcast.
fake Christian podcast.
Not an educational podcast. Don't take anything. We don't know much.
I don't know much, but I would say, Rosa Parks, setting the standards for the Black woman, opening up freedom of rights to the Black woman. There was more, but I guess I see Rosa Parks in me a little bit, because when I sit down, you're not gonna tell me to move back. You're not gonna tell me what to do.
Lisa,
I told you what I tell you. You're not gonna tell me what to do. Okay, so yeah.
Celebrate.
Let's celebrate. Oprah Winfrey, sure. We all know where Oprah Winfrey came from. We all know. The fact that she rose to the point where, even in one of our segments, we were talking about giving and donations. And I know I probably did it. I don't know if it's going to show on one of our episodes, but she's a giver, I remember one of the episodes that she had when she was shooting her thing. She was like, you get a car. You
Years
get a car.
ago.
Who does that? And she was a Black woman, you know what I'm saying? And that was powerful, even moving up to her, getting to the point now where she has her own TV show, her own, and it's called On
the
TV
network.
show, the network, and I just, I think that that resonates, with me, because as a Black woman, I want to create something where I can call my own,
right?
And she got her own TV show, going to celebrities, y'all, I can be, I don't want to say I can be, ratchet or anything like that, but I like music. I'm in the industry and, somewhat like that. Not too much. My man is more than I am. He's probably like, what? But a come up, who's, she's doing very well. There's 2 females right now that's doing very well. But I remember seeing Cardi B on Love and Hip Hop of New York. And she was interesting to watch, but I know everybody used to say, oh gosh, she got this voice, her voice. Oh my God, her voice, her voice is just, but she's grown to be a very, 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 very successful Black woman in her line of work. being herself.
Right.
Right. And that's what we're talking about. Black girls, Black girl and quintessential Black girls, just being herself, not caring, doing whatever it is that she wants to do, however, whoever feels what, that's what she's not sugarcoating nothing for no. Yeah, she's being herself. She's not sugarcoating nothing from nobody. And I have a friend. She was one of my long time high school friends, known her for a while, who I would also, want to shout out to as a Black woman. She's very successful. She's very successful now. She's actually an influencer. So you probably would see her on, TikTok and any type of social media platform where people are calling her at this point to kind of market them and things like that. So I want to just give a shout out to my friend Marquita.
Hey,
She's
Marquita.
yes, shout out to her. She's actually a Black woman that I would definitely talk about on this show podcast.
And I would celebrate my mother
Yes.
also, just for being supportive. My mom's been extremely supportive and believing in me and loving me. And so I think definitely celebrate her and our daughters. As Black women coming into their own, right?
Yes, absolutely.
And I think it is important. I think this is a Black girl show.
Yes,
so
it's a Black girl show.
Everybody can celebrate their whatever. This is not saying, oh, this person doesn't deserve to be celebrated, but I think it's important to celebrate Black women, because as a Black woman, I don't find that we are celebrated.
Yes.
And I think that celebration matters,
Yes.
right? Like, we do birthday parties, we do
Yes,
anniversary
absolutely.
parties, retirement, like when you care and you love someone, you celebrate them. And so I don't see a ton of celebration for us, right? It's like, because
Mm-hmm.
when we accomplish something, it's almost as if it's either expected or unexpected, but not, and I'm saying, like, you expect us to accomplish it, or you don't, or we don't accomplish it and it's not expected. I don't know if I'm being clear, because I feel like I'm not. But we say, oh, we're super women, but the world views Black women as super women, and so it takes away the wonder of who we are, because it's just how y'all are. Like, that's the standard. And so it's not like, whoa, look at that superwoman. It's just, look at that Black woman.
Yes.
And so it takes, so they almost want to remove the light, because by making it very base and making it who you are. And so when it is necessary that we celebrate that, because this is, while this is who we are as people, while God has graced us and blessed us to be light, it's not something that you see anywhere else. And so instead of just saying, okay, well, this is like, it's just like they have 2 feet like everybody else, they have 2 hands, like it's not something that's common. And it is something that should be celebrated, and not necessarily like for our strength, but we are trailblazers, right?
Yes.
And so, but that doesn't get celebrated enough. It gets stolen, it gets mocked, it gets imitated, it does not get celebrated. And so people are so comfortable with us, like, okay, that's just how Black girls are. But there is something special about that's just how Black girls are.
Yes.
You don't see it in nobody else. You don't see it in anybody else. So let's celebrate that, because you don't want it to die out. You don't. And it's just like anything in life. If you have things that are not celebrated, it's just real. If you're in your job and there's no recognition for the work that you're doing, do you continue to work harder, continue to work more? If you're in your marriage and there's no recognition for the work that you're doing, do you continue to work harder? Do you continue to work more? Like, do you feel taken advantage of? And so what we want to do, like, I don't want my mother to feel taken advantage of. I don't want you to feel taken advantage of, or my daughter to feel taken advantage of. I want you to feel celebrated and recognized, because that's what celebration is. It's a recognition of who you are in the space that you take, and the space that you take is beautiful. And that we allow other people into our space is beautiful. And it's something that we should celebrate. And so, Black women, we salute you. We thank you for giving us Black woman a space in your day, and if you feel like I am not getting celebrated enough for what I bring, or for who I am, even if you're bringing nothing, if for who you are, for the light that you are, we celebrate you today.
We celebrate you.
We thank you. We thank you for joining us on this podcast, and then being a part of our journey. And as we kind of work through life, because I have found, this to be very therapeutic.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
And so we hope that, as you're watching, you feel the same. Not that we're replacing therapy. If you need therapy, please
we might not be the ones.
But hope that you see yourselves in us and feel celebrated.
Yes. But before we even go, like, I've been looking at you, the beauty in you, right?
Yes.
Definitely the beauty in you. I've definitely been looking at that. But I'm like looking at your shirt, like, what does your shirt say?
Oh, girl, this is my thing. Y'all know this is my thing.
What?
It definitely says "Stop being poor." Isn't this
Stop
so vulgar?
being poor.
Oh my God, but I love it because I want everyone to
Black
stop being
women.
poor. Yes, stop being poor. I know it's vulgar. Don't send me any hate mail. Do not send me hate mail. Please, definitely. But just stop being poor. Maybe I'll stop wearing this shirt and you'll stop being offended by it. I'm kidding. I hope you guys are like celebrating this, because when I saw this shirt, I'm like, yes, I am the spokesperson for prosperity. So why not? I love you. Thank you for pointing that out.
Yes, I love it. I love it.
Little vulgar shirt. All right, y'all, for real.
Yes.
Thank y'all for coming to That's Right. Thank y'all for Black Girling with us, and we will see y'all next time.
You heard?
Why are you so weird?